Yeah, and my daughter has this gadget now where it's actually connected to an app. I don't remember, where she has, but it's connected and it tells her when to drink water. So like she times her drinking, and so it lights up and lets her know that, okay, maybe every hour you need to drink about a couple of ounces here and there. And it's interesting that there's gadgets out there that's able to help you stay active, stay moving, trying to improve your health in purpose to help you sleep better at night, because collectively it all matters. Whether you're making movement, you're drinking more water, you're not drinking caffeinated things or too much alcohol toward
Yeah.
closer to your bedtime. All of those things do compound to make a positive or a negative effect on how you
Yeah.
sleep. And why is sleep important? Because without the sleep, those purpose, those goals, those visions, they won't come into reality. And I've seen
No.
it. And we're being coaches. We've seen it where we've talked to someone, and you could try to hold them to account, hold them as accountable for the goals and everything. But if you're tired or if you're ill, it's tough. It's really tough.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
it so is. Yeah, so just another point I'd like to make as well about sleep is that it's overall having your diet and your fluids and your exercise in check. And we talked about stress as well, so we want to think about that. If you're having stress, oh my goodness, my biggest advice is to try and address it during your waking hours. Journal, make sure you talk to people, keep that communication open. If you've got an issue, don't procrastinate, don't bury it, don't bury your head in the sand, face it, do it during your waking days. If there's something big that's affecting
yeah.
you, I know a lot of people have big issues at the moment, then do your best during the day,
Mm,
because become 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., 3 a.m., you're not going to be able to do a thing about it. Just that time, you have to give yourself permission to sleep. You must, or you won't be able to get up the next day and tackle it. So when it comes to that stress level for things that are happening in your
mm,
life, you must, there's no other way but to take action. You have to take
yes.
action, and you have to reach out. If you personally can't deal with it yourself and you're having problems, then you must
Nice.
reach out to other people and get that help. It's so important that
That's
you stay
important.
healthy.
So
Yeah,
important.
it's so
Yes.
important.
And those dreams are waiting for us. But it's important to have that positive outlook. Dreams can't happen without a positive outlook, number one. You can't have positive outlooks without having the good rest. You can't have the good rest unless you're taking care of certain things, the stressful, triggers. And that could be food, that could be environment. And you're exactly correct. I mean, Gillian, you are mentioning so many things that a lot of times we as entrepreneurs or as moms or parents, we don't think about. We really
Yeah,
don't think about it, but it's all interconnected. And
yeah,
so you're reminding me again to make sure, okay, and I started this. I started writing my to-do list for the next day or for the next week at night, so that I can take those thoughts out of my mind, place it on paper, whether it's journaling or whatever, so that I can put that to rest and be able to sleep well for that
yeah,
night. And
absolutely.
so far, so good. I've been sleeping like, I'm not gonna say like a baby, but I've been sleeping better. How about that? And
Yeah,
anyway, too,
brilliant.
I think it's a great beauty regimen, because if you don't sleep, boy, it shows on your face, doesn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah, it sure does. It sure does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely just before you go to bed, make sure you have that journal. I always keep one next to my bed just in case I do wake up, because sometimes there are things that it's going to get triggered off, particularly after your dream state. It's going to come to the surface and something's going to trigger it. And if you're deeply worried about something, then you must deal with it
Yeah.
in the sense of write it down, make a note of it, close that book, give yourself permission to go back to sleep. But it's kind of all very well good saying that. It's always very good to have a, a way to fall back to sleep. And that's something that I talk a lot about as well. And one of the things that I advise people to do is to start to learn to use meditation. And a lot of people go, I don't have time to meditate, this is just hippie
Yeah.
stuff, I just can't deal with it. Meditation is scientifically proven to help rest your mind. Okay, so it's not
Yes.
just your mind, but your body, and it's just you reconnecting and realigning with yourself. And if you don't give your body and your mind space to breathe and think, how are you going to cope with anything else that
Yes.
gets thrown at you? So learning to meditate is a huge step, and that's what really helped me to get back into a really good sleep pattern very quickly. And that's what helps me when I go to sleep at night and I wake up. I've got chronic illness that I deal with as well. So sometimes my sleep isn't great because I'm woken up with pain. I can't help that,
Yes.
it's one of those things. But I do know that I've got a meditation that I'll go through in my head, and before I even get very much into it, I'm sound
Yeah.
asleep again. And if you can train your brain to do that and to actually say, it's time to sleep, time to switch off, time to relax, then you can get back to sleep. So practicing meditation during the day, practicing it before you go to bed, at the
Yes.
time, and I always say an hour before bed, switch off your tech, switch off your phones, turn those lights down, make it an evening environment, a nighttime environment. Don't just think you can go to bed, switch the light off, and you'll fall asleep. That's not going to happen. Give yourself that hour before bed to start winding down. As you said, write in your journal, prepare things for the next day. If you're going somewhere, you need clothes,
Yes.
sort that out, put that to one side, have some you time, go and have a nice bath or a shower, or put some lovely lotions on,
Oh,
put face mask
it
on,
takes a
do what you
lot. Yeah.
need to do, and just relax,
And
meditate,
and
and go
and
to bed.
yes.
Yeah,
So what I do is I pray in the morning and I pray before I go to bed, and I find that, and then I do the writing and I check my to-do list in the morning, and of course before I go to bed. All of those things though, because of the organization that is needed.
yeah,
Sometimes life is hectic,
oh
but
yeah,
those things have been, prayer has been, of course, is my anchor to find my center, to be able to just take it, as you say, like get my peace and my stillness to take on and tackle the day and be able to go to bed. And so a lot of those things, and do we still get stressed? Yes, of course, like you
yeah,
mentioned. So meditation, prayer, or a place of peace somewhere before in the morning, somewhere at night, to be able to help you center your day. And then we let go of the things that you can't control. There are some things
yeah,
we just can't control. And that's what I've had to do. I can't control it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to focus on the things that I can and
absolutely.
carry on my day and make the difference with that. I mean, Gillian, this is so thankful that you're bringing this information to us. If there are anything that you would share about, what inspired you to take this journey, and share it with others.
Well, as mentioned, I have lived with chronic illness since I was a child, and my sleep
Mm-hmm.
has been disturbed since really it was in my teens. I've had periods
Wow.
of very poor health, and a lot of loneliness, and a feeling that there was nobody out there who could
Mm.
understand where I was coming from. I was ambitious. I wanted to get out into the world, but my illnesses tend to hold me back in quite a big way sometimes. And I just
Wow.
felt that I've got all this knowledge, all this experience, and I know that I'm not alone. I'm not alone. And I know that no matter what it
And
is
you're
that you
not.
suffer from in life, and no matter what challenges you face in life, you are not alone. And this wonderful thing called the
Wow.
internet appeared when I was, in my late teens and into my 20s. And with that, I knew that I could reach people and I could get the word out.
That's
So as
beautiful.
my world went on, and I needed to, and I learned more, and I needed to address it myself, I decided that, I can't keep this to myself. I have to share it, because there are so many other women, so many other men as well. A lot of mums in particular, however, they have such a heavy burden in life, and whether they want to achieve 101 things, they want to have their businesses, they want to have their careers, they also want to have their family, but they do let their health go, they let it go. And we can't do that. If we want to be the best version of ourselves and serve others as well, which is so important
Yes.
for our
Yes.
being to do that, if we want to do that, then we need to kind of collaborate with each other, with everybody, and say, do you know something? This happened to me, I can help you with that. And that happened to you, right? Okay, well, can you share that information with this person here? Because they really need to know. And
That's
if we
it.
could all just do that, then all of a sudden we'd have this wonderful support network. And, you know, that really just sort of motivates me just to keep going, knowing that no matter what challenges I've been through and, you know, all the bad times I've had, I know that I can help somebody else. And that's really
And
what
this is
I
the
do
whole
here.
point of your inspired journey. And that's the whole point of this, because being able to share with others and serving others, because it's what we're doing. We're serving others. And if someone wanted to reach out to you, Gillian,
Yeah.
what is the best way the person can reach out to you as a parent, as a mom, as an entrepreneur, someone who's trying to get some clarity to get started on that dream they want to turn into reality?
Absolutely. So everybody can find my website, which is clarityjunction.com. If they want to find out a bit more about sleep, and there's a free meditation download as well that they can get on the website, they can go to clarityjunction.com/sleep. There's some tips there and some help there. You can also find me at Clarity Junction on Facebook, on Instagram. Yeah, and absolutely reach out to me. I've got a Facebook group for women as well, which is Midlife Empowerment for Women. And we have lots of guest speakers coming on that do some wonderful sort of inspiring chats and shares their stories. And yeah, it's just that sort of networking area. But yeah, it just absolutely, Clarity Junction is where you'll find me. So that's my name I go under.
I'm glad that you shared that. And so, in closing, how do you serve? Tell the world, how do you serve others?
I serve others by really by connecting people. That's how I feel that I have got this role in life. I tend to find people who have got an amazing story or have had an amazing lot of knowledge or information, and then I seem to have another person that comes along who needs that, and I tend to connect people with needs and with information, and you know, that sort of links them back up together and to give them that support and that inspiration to face challenges, because let's face it, we all face challenges and we all need that support. So really
Nice.
that's how I feel I serve people.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for stopping by at Your Inspired Journey. This was a phenomenal, really, I'm sure this is really going to resonate with a lot of people who are looking to see how to get better sleep, how to get better rest, how to find stillness so that they can move forward and build these empires of positivity and purposeful with inspiration. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carla.
Fantastic. Well, everyone, this was Your Inspired Journey. And of course, sleep may be something that we see as just something to do on an optional matter, on an optional basis. But as Gillian mentioned, this is a foundational aspect of our lives. If you want to build businesses, if you want to build families, if you want to build communities, it is important that you get your rest, that you get your stillness, that you get your sleep. Thank you so much for joining us here, and I'll see you soon.